All right, so this is System 11, Weeks 1 and 2 finger gymnastics. These finger gymnastics I think are going to be wacky and fun for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some randomized notes in these. Now, there's a real advantage in this, and that's that it's really hard to play like random notes really cleanly. And there's great players who do that all the time. So you'll hear guys like Pat Metheny or players like that sort of get into these patterns that just go over top of different chord changes, but the patterns themselves can be kind of nonsensical over the chords, but they make these really incredible statements musically, but it's very difficult to do things that your fingers have never done before. So here's the key to this thing. I don't want you to play pentatonics or arpeggios or anything else that you've normally played. Now you might have little pieces of them, so there might be a tiny piece of some random, pentatonic, arpeggio, major scale, melodic minor, diminished, whatever it is. But I don't want you to think that way at all. I want you to think completely randomly. Now, what you're going to want to do for these first 2 weeks is put a metronome on, and I would say spend about half your time above the 12th fret. Almost half the guitar neck is above the 12th fret, so you might as well get used to playing up there. It's very difficult playing up there sometimes, just like it's difficult playing on the very low strings. So you're going to do this. I don't have a metronome on, but I'm going to just give you some examples. Let's say that I was about here. I won't play more because it's total nonsense playing, but you get the idea, and you could hear, I made a couple mistakes in there, even though I'm playing fairly slowly, but it's hard to play things that your brain has never played before. And it's hard to get your fingers and your pick to work together well. But if you can do that well, you'll be able to get in and out of phrases. And even if you miss notes or something like that, it won't stop the flow of your playing. Now for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to want total random and only eighth notes. So no pauses, no rest, just straight eighth notes. Try not to repeat notes very much, but you can repeat some sort of patterns, which sound, it can sound really cool if you do that. So again, random eighth notes, 5 minutes worth. Just put on a drum beat's better than a metronome actually. So if you can put on some sort of groove that you play along with and play to that groove so that the feel of the music still feels right, but you're playing really random stuff, that would work out perfectly. So that's finger gymnastics, week 1 and 2.